the Sports Show. Mike, Max, Patrick Royce, Lou Nanny, and the one and only Sid Hartman, complete with, look at this. How does this work?
How does this work? You got a commercial with
Starkey Hearing.
And this is one of the good events they got. If you're having trouble hearing on TV or your friend, go to Starkey.
And that's what that does.
This will help you. This is brand new the last year.
You wear it around your neck.
Yeah, it helps me hear.
I know, but you still only hear what you want to hear. Welcome to the Sports Show. The Minnesota Twins, last week we were talking, could they make a run? They had a train wreck of a week that ended, I guess, with Byron Buxton coming up, and it will just give me your thoughts.
Well, he had a column the other day which hit the nail right on the head. He mentioned 5 guys they got as a DH. They don't have a DH. They don't have anybody to drive any runs. Today they finally scored 4 runs. I mean, they gotta find, in my opinion, I think Malter's doing a great job. I think they have to find somebody who can
A big bopper.
Buxton is not going to hit in this league, sir. He can run, though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he can run.
He went from first base to home faster than Jesse Owens.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. But I think they got to find somebody. I don't know what, although like I always bow to him when it comes to baseball. Last year, the Eastern Division was decent. It's terrible.
Except for Toronto, of all teams.
Yeah. The Yankees are starting to play a little good, too, but it's not as good as last year. Overall, the competition is nowhere near as good as it was last year. So they got a shot if they can find a way to score some runs.
Patrick?
Yeah, Buxton, he struck out twice on bad pitches today, but I think he'll be an asset. And but they don't have enough sticks. There's no doubt about that. Vargas is not going to be the answer. That's for sure. He can't hit a breaking ball. It is amazing to me though how the new teaching in baseball must be when they're kids and all the way up, hit the fastball. If they throw you a fastball, be able to hit the fastball because none of them can hit a breaking ball anymore.
Well,
a good breaking ball.
They pitched,
unless you hang it, nobody can hit it.
Yeah, and they pitched Buxton backwards today, and he was
a couple of took the fastball, and then they
way out there. Yeah.
But I wouldn't give up on him as a hitter. I think he's going to be. I don't think we'll ever see him in the minor leagues again.
The question, Louis, is that you have to ask when you're the general manager is when is the right time to bring up the superstar? What was your theory?
Well, when I thought he was ready, when I thought he could play.
When you thought he was ready, or when you thought your team needed, let's say that he's not ready, but he's better than what you got. Does that qualify?
Well, that would qualify for me, and it did. I mean, we had guys like Cicerelli in the minors, and he didn't spend a long time there, and we saw him scoring down there, and we figured we don't have that kind of scoring power up here, so we just bring him up. If you got to get somebody that he's got the skills and talent. Hockey's different than baseball. Hockey, sometimes you can get by with doing other things besides just scoring goals. Baseball, you better be able to hit the ball if you're supposed to be a hitter. If you can't, you're not going to get by with just running bases.
You are going to get the spotlight.
It's a little different, yeah.
Wasn't Tommy McCarthy a case like that? He was in the minor leagues doing great, and you called him up?
Yeah, he was in the majors a lot faster than Cicerelli. Cicerelli was the one who came out of junior at the end of the year, put him there, and we brought him up pretty quick. McCarthy was a unique talent, and so we had him up there right away. Yeah.
It's funny, though, all the kids from that draft, it's 2012 now, about 5 of them got called up in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
they're bringing them all up. The Cleveland brought their guy, the number 3, in the last few days, they've the number 1 choice from that year. Houston just called him up, Correa. So I think people say, okay, 3 years, let's go. Come on, see what you got.
Sometimes it's all to do with the guy's confidence, the kind of individual he is. Can he handle disappointment? Is he strong-minded compared to some others that you're worried that they might wilt? So you have to know the individual and know how he could handle failure. And I think that many of the teams keep people down there to make sure that they got a good base.
Buxton is the Wolves' Garnett.
Garnett.
I'd say Andrew Wiggins maybe.
He'll bring up he'll draw a few people, I think.
We'll see. It'll be
Well, we
interesting.
hope that he plays more
Well,
than
you got
Garnett.
the Cardinals here Wednesday and Thursday. You got Buxton debuting at home Wednesday. You got the Cardinals here, and then the Cubs over the weekend. They should
That should be pretty good no matter
they should
what.
draw.
But I got to tell you, I thought they were 30 plus for sure for Kansas City, and they were 22.
No. Oh, 22.
Yeah, that's
Kansas
surprising.
City.
I thought that people
Yeah.
had kind of gravitated to this team.
Well,
They had three crowds of 30,000.
But I was saying, I thought
But a
when
week
Kansas
ago
City
Saturday,
came here
they-
that people would respond.
a week ago Saturday they sold out, so they're doing better. They're doing better, but they'll have nice crowds. The Cubs will sell out.
You know, the Cubs are an automatic,
Yeah.
and St. Louis should be, but I don't know.
We'll
It's
see.
a very odd baseball season, though. God, there's it's upside down. Texas playing good. They were the worst team in the American League. Houston has hit the skids now. But look at the AL West. It was going to be California, Oakland, and Seattle.
Right.
And it's Houston and Texas.
It's
Baseball's
Houston,
upside
Texas.
down, which is kind of fun.
And the Blue Jays now won 11 in a row.
they have.
Somebody told me that if you want to decide how you really feel about a team, pretend that they're a stock on the stock market. Would you be a buyer or not? Would you be a buyer on the Twins, Patrick, for the rest of the season?
They're not going to make the playoffs, no. They might win half if they're lucky.
I feel the same way. I think they still got some holes that over a long course of a 162-game schedule is going to show up.
Sydney?
Twins having holes?
Yeah.
They got a lot of holes.
Yeah.
I think they were so lucky every way. There was no games where that one game where Hicks blew that.
When he dropped the ball?
Yeah, he dropped the ball. They changed it at the hit, though.
Yeah, now they're appealing it again. Yeah.
Then you had that ball at home plate was dropped.
Yep.
Then Poof made an error,
Yep.
and they lost the game. But they had no games like that. Now they went on the road, and their defense was very ordinary on the road.
Their outfield defense will be pretty good now with Rosario and Buxton playing, though.
Yeah, if you keep Rosario on left.
Rosario's a nice little find. He can hit.
Yep, he's a good find. Escobar's a little lost out there in the outfield. I
playing.
understand why he's on the team. But yeah, it's hard to tell with some of these guys. Take a break, come back.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.
Quality. It's the result of shared values. The joy found in an honest day's work. Respect for true American craftsmanship and the need, not the want, to get things right. It's the result of remembering your roots, being forever humbled by how far you've traveled and forever hungry to push on further. Quality is a result. Quality is who we are. Cambria. Family owned, American made.
You're watching CW-23.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC. Now get over $10,000 total value on specially equipped Sierra SLE models in stock the longest. Welcome to the show.
We're bringing the heat to the street. Time to get fired up.
It's hot. It's fire.
Spicy.
Super spicy.
Sriracha is back at White Castle. The ultimate Sriracha chicken slider has some hot new friends. Jalapeno cheese, sliced jalapenos, chipotle mayo, and kicked up sides. White Castle's new ultimate Sriracha and jalapeno lineup.
Jalapenos.
Chipotle mayo. You can taste the Sriracha.
Jalapeno cheese.
Got a lot of kick.
White Castle, the crave is a powerful thing.
I'm sorry to have to been hit by a drunk driver.
Don't drink and drive, because in real life there is no rewind. Plan for a sober ride.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines, that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy rack of ribs?
Fabulous chops, huge steaks, and the Buddy Bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the place for you. Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain. Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second-to-none happy hour, and great outdoor dining, just blocks from the new ballpark.
Located at 394 in North Washington. Locally owned, nationally known. Hoyt's.
J.D. Hoyt's just had dinner there the other day, wishing Pat the best as he recovers from a little knee replacement surgery. Going up and down with those chops. So, Pat, I hope you're watching tonight.
You had one of those yet?
Yep.
You got the knee or just
I
the
had
hips?
one 12 weeks ago.
Okay,
No,
that's right,
I've
the
had
knees.
both knees done.
Both knees and shoulder or not?
I had shoulder too, but that was rotator
That's the
cuff.
good thing about living a slothful life like I have.
Yeah.
You don't do any yard work. You don't do any exercise. You don't have to get your knees replaced. It's fantastic. Laziness. That's the thing you want in your lives, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do exercise. You'll end up having knee replacement.
And Sid's never had any knee replacement either.
No, right.
Brain only, right?
You're right.
Move down to the Gophers. You explain this to me. Why would you give Richard Pitino a raise?
Well, I talked to him, his buddy, his right-hand man is right here. He was there. I'm over the University almost every day.
Yeah, okay.
And I walk in, and I'm talking to Norwood, and here he comes.
What's that? Answer the question. Why? Answer the question.
He calls Glenn up and gives Glenn nothing but heat.
Glenn, your boss.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Why would you give him a raise? Because in his mind, he actually thought he could get a job. And I think he could have got a job too. For one reason, his father could get him a job.
So?
Why does he want a job?
Huh?
Why does he want a job?
Because they pay more. It's simple. They pay
but Alabama
$2 million
wasn't going to
Alabama.
Murray State would get him a job.
I don't think he had the Alabama job.
Well, then he didn't have the Tennessee job, and he didn't have the Texas job, so all the good jobs. So he could have gotten a bad job, is what you're telling me. This is the biggest waste of $400,000
I agree, Patrick.
in the history of man. He had 3 guys that he had to run off the team.
Yep.
One of them for domestic abuse. Another one of his hotshot freshmen didn't make it through the first semester. He brought in a transfer who was a knucklehead he had to throw off the team, and he went 6-12, and they gave him a $400,000 job. It's a raise. It's a disgrace.
In his mind, he thought he was going to lose him. So,
But what if you lose him?
Yeah.
What we're saying is the track record isn't that good.
Well, he's got a basketball guy named Ellis. I don't think he knows one darn thing about basketball.
Well, I have no problem with Ellis.
Well, you guys come a long way from last year. The first year, Richard Pitino's doing a great job. Now, all of a sudden, he's doing a brutal job. You guys really come a long way from last year.
I say after 2 years, your evaluation...
He was underpaid coming in.
Your evaluation after 2 years would be he doesn't deserve a raise.
There's no reason to give him $400,000. You're going to give him $400,000 next year if he stays.
He's going to get $2 million next year, and he will not have a good. He's got a bunch of young kids who someday will be players, but he won't have a very good year next year. A little better than this year, maybe, and he's going to be making $2 million.
Well, maybe. He's not making it now.
So, Louis, give us your take on
He
this.
automatically gets $400,000 next year if he's still on the campus.
Give us your take.
He was underpaid coming in. There's no real definite answer whether he had the Alabama job or not. He says no. Some people say yes.
He had no chance.
He didn't have the Alabama.
I'm glad you. Why don't you guys must be the athletic directors.
That's what he wrote.
I'm glad yeah, that's not what Sid wrote. I know he changed his mind from morning to night, so I can't figure this out.
Okay, go ahead.
And so they put him in the middle. They gave him a bump because he came at a low number. And
Did he ask for the raise?
Well, I would think
say
so.
him going to Alabama?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And so they gave him a $400,000
But that
raise.
doesn't help you guys when you're not raising money. People say, well, if you've got $400,000 to spend on him.
Are you kidding? We're way under when we pay our coaches compared to other teams in the league. We got a lot of room.
Yeah, but
You think Jerry Kill's paid what he should be paid? He's making less than he should be making. Patino makes less than he should be making. There's no way in the world that we are in the upper echelon of the coaches being paid. So that's not a problem.
What's the should we be making? He's now making more than Fran McCaffrey.
Well, some guys, Bo Ryan apparently only makes $2.1 million, yet some of the other guys make $5 million.
Yeah.
Because a guy wants to settle for less and say I'm not going. You get these kind of situations, but the actual fact is, they came in at lower rates. Both he and Kill, they've been moving them up.
When are they going to take care of the football coach, who's really done a good job?
They gave him $900,000.
Yeah, that's right.
They gave him $900,000 last year.
He's getting $2.1 million.
Yes.
He's on the bottom of the list.
They gave him $900,000.
No, he's not on the bottom anymore. He was. That's why they gave him $900,000.
You want to
the
give him more?
basketball coach should get $2 million, and the football coach
he'll
takes
get-
No, hold
Kill
it.
will get more.
You're already giving Patino a raise, but you're not giving one to Jerry Kill. Why wouldn't you give one to
definitely.
King? Why
He
wouldn't
better
you
get a
give one to
raise, he
Kill?
won't be here.
That's right. So then now
He'll get a raise.
there
He'll
is a
be
difference.
here. Kill will be here.
He'll get a raise.
Kill
Take
likes
a
it
break,
here.
come back, stay with us.
Ever wonder, why do I hear but not understand? Scientists at Cambridge University discovered the answer. Inside your cochlea, there are thousands of tiny hearing hair cells. Poor hearing occurs when regions of these hair cells die. Amplifying a dead region with hearing aids makes you hear worse, not better. The result of this study is a hearing clarity breakthrough. Using standard test equipment, dead regions of your cochlea are identified. Then, a new type of frequency-shaping hearing aid is programmed to bypass the dead regions. Only your usable hearing hair cells receive amplification. Brilliant. A local study is underway. 100 citizens with hearing problems are needed to receive this testing and then wear the tiny device for 10 days, recording your results. Call now to see if you qualify. Volunteers may keep the product at a special discount if they desire. Don't miss this opportunity. Call now.
Thanks for watching CW-23.
Hi, I'm John Hines. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World is the place you should come for car washes, oil changes, tires. As a matter of fact, anything and everything under the hood of your car. You're in great hands at Bobby and Steve's Auto World, where serving people is the most important part of their business.
Schedule an appointment online for your spring car care special. Get an oil change, car wash, tire rotation, and $5 on your World Rewards card for only $39.95. While there, visit our convenience store or enjoy something from our Chevy grill.
Welcome back to the sports show. The other thing around Gopher Athletics was this whole thing about the women not feeling that they're getting treated fair. What would your take be on that?
Well, here's your problem. Joe Maturi took the job over when they went to one athletic
Yes, he had to
director.
integrate the two
Chris
departments.
Foles left. Joe Maturi proceeded to do no athletic director in the world went to as many women events, home and away, as he did.
Right, and that was part of why they brought him in. They said, this is what's got to be done.
He treated the women on above equal basis of the men. And this guy, there's no comparison of personality between Joe Maturi and Norwood T.
That's not the source
One
of the
guy's got
complaint.
no
Yeah,
personality.
let's get to the crux of it
That's
here.
not the source of the complaint that he doesn't go to enough games. The source of the complaint is whether the proper amount of resources are being given to the women.
I don't see where they got much of a complaint. They got good facilities. The women's
Well, I
basketball
think
coach
it's all stemming from the track thing.
Sure.
It's all stemming from the fact they're going to take away the track and they don't know what they're going to do about it yet, right?
Well, it's not that they don't know what they're going to do about it. Right now, the indications are they're going to have to go 4 or 5 miles to get to the track. But as the track stands today, you can't even have a track meet there because it's in such bad shape. But the track is in the location where you want to build the student learning and nutrition center and all that. And so it's you got the complaints about track moving away. They should look at the fact that at least we have track. We're not like Wisconsin. They gave up baseball and wrestling, and some of the Michigan schools gave up gymnastics. We made a concerted effort a few years back to save both baseball, golf, and gymnastics, both men's and women's. We want to keep all the sports, and to keep all the sports, you know we don't have the revenue some of the other people have, so you're not going to have as much. But at least we got them there, and so I say, would you rather have all the sports or not?
I want to say one thing, though. Whenever this comes up, all we hear from the Gopher hardcores, the basketball and football fans, is, well, how much money do the women bring in? It's not the issue. It's the law. The law is you need equity. It's the law. You got to follow the law.
But it's not the equity. It's how much money you spend on it after that. I mean, after you've satisfied your equity portion, then it's how much money you spend on it after that.
But I think what they're questioning is are the minimum standards being met? You know,
the minimum standards are being met.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Men are practicing track at Hamlin, and so are the women. They have exactly the same thing. What they don't like is the facilities track, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's the reason, and you know that the regions did not okay that Mr. Teague's plan because of the track.
Well, they didn't okay it because it wasn't brought to them to start with. And it wasn't brought to them because we didn't have all these issues resolved.
Let me say something about the track athletes, though. They, more than any athletes on campus, need convenience, because it's not like everybody shows up at 3 o'clock for practice. You know, you got hundreds of them, and they, you know, what they like is having the track there at 10 a.m. If they don't have classes, they can go and run around there for 2 hours and get their work done. It's not like it's not like hockey practice will be at 3. That's
they don't do that. You're wrong.
Oh, I am? Okay, well, I guess those track athletes I was talking to a month ago were lying to me.
The coach is there at just like football and basketball.
No, the coach is also there when the athletes want them to be.
Move down to NHL so we get through all this. That was a great hockey game last night, Louis.
Everyone's been a great game. Everyone's been a one-goal game. And everyone's been a surprising game. After the 4th game, Chicago won. It looked like they were going to lose after that. They looked tired in the game, even winning. But that extra day maybe helped them. They go into Tampa and they win a big game there, and now go back to Chicago tomorrow night, and Chicago could get beat again.
You're going to be there, huh?
I'll be there.
Vermette was a nice little pickup for him, huh? He's won 2 games, right? Vermette.
Yeah, now he has,
He's won 2 games for him. That's why you get a guy like that, to win a game.
And Kane's been a non-factor.
Kane and Stamkos, if you were to say before the series started that you would go 6 games, which is 12, because they each have 6, and neither would score a goal, you would have made a lot of money.
Stamkos in Game 4 missed a couple of shots.
2, point blank.
Gatan Duchesne would have scored on those 2. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I don't know.
How about the money
Stewie Gavin would have put it in the net.
Making this year with all these series going to 6 and 7 games?
Well, it's good, isn't it? They need it because the player pool is pretty big too, so that's when the owners really start making more money, games 5, 6, and 7.
And boy, do they like games 5, 6, and 7.
I don't think that's why they all go 7, though. They're all
that's
the same.
right. Yeah.
They're this close.
That's exactly why they're going 7.
Take a break, come back, stay with us.
If you guys could go on a free shopping spree anywhere, where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I'd go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, the Wild, the Timberwolves, course, the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts, too. For details, go to TicketKingOnline.com. Any ticket, anytime, anywhere. It's the real thing. It's Ticket King. Right, Dad?
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
You're watching CW-23.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines, that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Yeah. Your best come back
Beacon
with your
Bank,
best
responsive,
offer.
reliable, reassuring. Bob Weiss and the whole gang out there at Beacon Bank. Live the American dream the right way. Beacon Bank for you, me, and that's where I do my banking because of it. Welcome back to the sports show. Devin Dubnyk, this has gone on longer than I thought it would. It was July 1st approaches.
His agent, Mike Liut, wants $4.5 to $5 million.
What do you think's the right number?
Well, what I think, he wouldn't be playing for me for over 2.5. I'd let him
Really?
walk. Yeah, you're right.
I think he's gonna
and
get
I go
more
get
than that.
somebody else.
I think he
well,
is.
You might, well, that's what I would do. It doesn't matter. You saw Dubnyk 5 years and he did not have a good career. Comes to the Wild, and playing with the Wild helped him, and he was terrific. Goes in the playoffs, first round he has a bad game against St. Louis, but then he was good the rest of the games. Next round against Chicago, 3 bad goals, 3 games, they lose the series. Otherwise, they might have beat Chicago. They could have beat Chicago, not giving up those 3 goals in those 3 games. So who is the real Devin Dubnyk? If I'm a general manager, when you got a tight salary cap, I'm not going to put my team at risk by paying $20 million for 5 years or $25 million for 5 years. Because I know if I make that move and he's the first Devin Dubnyk, I'm out of a job. So I'd rather go in the free agent market because if San Jose signs him, Niemi, who won a cup, will be free. I'll take my chances on Niemi. And if Buffalo signs him, if I'm Murray, I'd be a little concerned about my job, even though he's going to have Jack Eichel this year, because then he should be thinking he's going to make the playoffs, and he doesn't. You know, Pagula's got a lot of money, and he might not like to lose money. That's why general managers are losing their job now, because they're mishandling the salary cap.
Let me ask you this. Don't they have some other guys that are pretty good at it?
Well, Kemper hasn't shown that he wants to be number one. He's got the skill to do that, and maybe he'll come on this year. But there will be some other guys in the free agent market.
I'm talking about their own guys.
Yes, he said Kemper.
They don't have any other goalies
Yeah.
that they think could play it.
Patrick, what do you think of the NBA as we move down there and LeBron James against Golden State?
It's amazingly how physical they allow them to play each other. There's more, I said, there's more vicious hits in the NBA than there are in the NHL.
Yeah.
God almighty, they're letting them kill each other. But, you know, it's been, the finals have been good. They had lousy semifinals, but the finals have been good. But, man, it's physical.
Who do you think the Timberwolves will take? They've shut the media out now from the workouts, so we can't watch these guys work out anymore.
Well, I think they'll take the guy from Kentucky. I think for sure.
I hear a lot about Flip trying to move up to get Tyus Jones in the first round.
Are you kidding?
You wrote about it too.
I did not write about that. I wrote nothing about that.
Well,
Jones is not in Mr.
I'm just telling you, there's a vibe out there. People saying he's going
There's
to take the 2
nothing
seconds
to
to
do
move
with
up
Jones.
into the
Not
first
for the
round.
first pick.
No, not for the first. No, I'm sorry. No, not for the first pick. No.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
later in the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Okay. Sit as we finish up.
The guy he wants in the second pick, he'll give up everything to get the guy from Ohio State.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.